year is monumental. I think it's good for the university. And what I really like is you talk to both coaches, and the kids are seeing the game, and they said they're going to want to come back next year.
Right.
So when I talked to Broadway at A&T, they were more disappointed they couldn't come back. And so Central's like, we're going to strive to keep coming back. I know Alcorn wish they were coming back because this is a first-class event, and everybody got to get out there and support it, whether or not your team's in it or not. This is MEAC, this is SWAC. We're going to settle it on the field.
Right. Now, we talked about the HBCU legacies. When you go around the country and you cover these games, do you find yourself sometimes going to talk to kids and tell them, you can go to an HBCU. It's okay, especially today, the way the exposure is.
Yeah, it is. You're going to get seen a lot. And, you can never knock a kid from going to Alabama or going to Michigan. You can't knock those opportunities. They all want to try to become a professional athlete. But I think what you're seeing now, and Graham is doing a good job of it, keep the relationship with the kid. So when you meet a kid in high school, if he goes to a big time, don't knock him. But if it doesn't work out, then come on down to an HBCU. Devontae Kincaid, perfect example.
Right.
I think there are going to be more to come. There are going to be more kids like that are going to come and have an impact. You and I know you're going to have more fun on our yards than you are their yards. Right. Once they see the yard, that's a wrap. So I think it'll be.
I was talking to the coach from Grambling, and he was saying the same type thing. They think that we're unorganized and things like that for HBCU, but tomorrow we get to show on ABC, like you said, at noon.
Yeah.
To show that we can play this ball too. And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the coaches really deserve a lot of credit. You're talking about Jerry Mack, third-year guy. He's rising star. Broderick Fobbs, third-year rising star. So you're not going to get better coaching. And the days of being able to just go out there and out-coach somebody in HBCU, that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone. You should be able to go out there and just out-coach them. Now you got to have the hogs, and you got to have the coaching, and you got to have the skill set intellectually with your football IQ to win games in the SWAC and the MEAC.
Now, you are a quarterback that like to throw it around.
Yeah.
The way these offenses
I
set
can
up
run it
now.
too now, man.
Yeah, we know that.
Ask A&T, man. I ran a 25-yard touchdown to beat them. When 25, you overplay the pass, I'm gonna get you. That's how I have to call it like it is. But yeah.
But talk about it today, the way today's game set up for these young quarterbacks.
Man.
And just like if you were coming out now.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's user-friendly. We call it QB user-friendly, passing the ball. You get credit for a wide receiver bubble screen from behind a line of scrimmage. So the numbers, I think they're a little bit inflated, but I also give them credit. You have to have a real quick release. We didn't have to have necessarily quick releases. Like Marino's release was quick. You probably got a bunch of guys now with releases just as quick. Ball not as pretty because it's got to come out so fast, shotgun. But they get so much more coverage and exposure. The technology's out there, so it's a really fun time to be a quarterback. Really fun time. Now on the flip side of that, you got some bigger horses now coming out. So when you get hit now, when the defensive lineman hits you now, these guys aren't fat like they used to be. These guys are cut up, yoked, so the tackles hurt.
As long as time goes by, do you realize the impact that you had on HBCU football? Because you were ahead of your time, and a lot of people will acknowledge that.
Thank you, man.
Do you realize that now as we get further and further away?
In my own mind, I'm a legend in my own mind. I did some good stuff, but I just like I said, James Harrison, my godfather, and then I came in. I was fortunate. I worked with Charlie Neal for a number of years, and Charlie kind of showed me the ropes and taught me the preparation and how to do it. So I kind of try and pass on a little bit. Like I remember Lynn Barney was doing that. So I see it I don't necessarily know my impact. I don't know my impact was more on the field as it's been in my television career, but either way it goes, I represent, I try to represent HBCU, I try to represent my alma mater, that's what it's all about.
What do you expect tomorrow?
It's gonna be a good game. It's this really like I heard somewhere they put a line out where they favored Grambling by 15, and I don't think that's even close. I think this game's gonna be one in the trenches. It's gonna be because of the North Carolina Central, their defensive line, they can really get after it. They really can. And I think that's going to be the challenge for Grambling to protect Kincaid. If they can protect Kincaid, then obviously Chad Williams and Hunter and Carr, those guys can do some damage. So I think the advantage in the skill positions clearly goes to Grambling, but I think down in the trenches, where the game probably be decided, I think you have to favor North Carolina Central in the trenches.
Hey,
Thank you, man.
Number 7.
Always good, man.
Number 7, baby. One of the originators of the show.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Prospects in this game.
Ooh, the pro prospects in this game. Winston, the nose tackle from Grambling, transfer from Louisiana Lafayette. Kincaid for next year. The Oh, Chad Williams, of course. I think Chad Williams probably the highest pro prospect on the game. Wide receiver from Grambling.
Number 10.
And then, but he got a matchup because the kid from Central will be a draft pick. Mike Jones will be a draft pick next year. He's just a junior, so that matchup's going to be good. And then I think Malcolm Bell's going to play somewhere. I see him playing himself to a CFL tryout.
Okay.
I think so. He's better than I thought. He's better. When I saw him play, I was like, he's good. He's good. He's really good. So, I mean, that matchup between, he's not as athletic as Kincaid, but he's playing like a senior. He's really impressed. You're going to be impressed with Kincaid, with Bell. You've probably seen him a lot, but he's a good guy. All right? Appreciate it, man.
Big time.
Always,
Thanks, sir.
Man. Always.